Hi viewers, there are 11 dimensions in this universe. We are going to discuss all these 11 dimensions in this single video. So please don't skip and watch till the end in order to get the full knowledge about the dimensions of this universe. Zero dimension. Zero dimension involves only one mathematical point. It is a single dot. So the dot cannot move anywhere. It is being still without any movement. That is what called the zero dimension. The first dimension. In the first dimension, there are two dots or 2 points, mathematical points are involved. Here you can connect these 2 points using a straight line. So straight line is the first dimension, which means the length. So if you are living in the first dimension, you are only able to control and move using the length. You can move forward and backwards only. That is what called the first dimension, which has only 2 mathematical points and it only involves with the length, the perception of the length. Second dimension. Second dimension has 4 mathematical points. In the first dimension, you connected 2 mathematical points using the straight line. In the second dimension, again you are connecting another 2 parallel points using the straight line. So there are 2 straight lines, 2 interconnecting straight lines. One is length, another one is breadth. So the perception of length and breadth is the second dimension. Anyone who is living in the 2D world or second dimension world can only control the length and breadth. They can move backward, forward, as well as right side and left side. Now we will see what is the third dimension, or in short 3D. Third dimension is the dimension in which we as a human being live. We are as an intelligent human being only able to control up to third dimension. From fourth dimension, we cannot control anything. So let us now discuss what is the third dimension with the example. First of all, just think like that. You have started a journey from your home to your office using your car in the straight line. So it means that you are living or you are controlling the first dimension. That is what you are moving in the straight line. If you like, you can go forward to your office from your home, and if you like, you can come back to your home in the straight line. That is first dimension. So if you like, you can turn your car right side or left side and go wherever you like and return back to your home or office again. So it means you are able to control the second dimension also, that is length and breadth. In the third dimension, that is what the maximum dimension we could control, there are 8 mathematical points are involved. So you are connecting here and or living with 8 mathematical points. Here as we said, length in the first dimension, breadth that comes in the second, that is introduced in the second dimension, and newly the height is introduced. So in the third dimension, you can control the height also. In our previous example, we show that one. You have taken your car from your home and in the straight line you move to your office. So you control in the first dimension. Afterwards, when you wanted, you just turn your car right or left side and move wherever you want to go, controlling the second dimension, that is the breadth. Here, suppose that your office is in the 5th floor, so you are moving using the lift to the 5th floor when you want, and whenever you want, you are able to come back to the ground floor. So it means that you are able to control the perception of the height also. So as a human being, our life is limited with these 3 kinds of perception. These 3 kinds of perception involving with 8 mathematical points, that is length, breadth and height, is called the third dimension or 3D world. Very important point here that you have to remember is these all 3 dimensions are only related with space, not with the time. So from the fourth dimension, we are going to introduce the time also. Now let us discuss what is the fourth dimension. In the fourth dimension, there are 16 mathematical points are involved. So here you are able to connect 16 various mathematical points, something beyond length, breadth and height. The something beyond length, breadth and height is the time. But in here, in the fourth dimension, you cannot control the time, because the time always moves forward or to the future. It never moves to the past. As in our previous example, as you control the length and breadth, that is, if you like, you are able to move to your home in the straight line, or using the right side or left side and come back to the office, and if you like, you are able to move to the fifth floor and come back to the ground floor. These all are under your control. But suppose that you have forgotten your breakfast, so you want to go to home back. In order to go home back, you are taking your car and traveling in the straight line to the home, but you are only able to travel in the space only, not via the time. That means you cannot travel to the past. So suppose that you have started your journey in early morning 7 o'clock, so you reach the office 8 o'clock. After you realize that you have forgotten your breakfast, you have started again to the home, and you have reached the home at 9 a.m., not 7 a.m. itself. So if you are able to reach back to the 7 a.m. where you have started your car, it means that you are able to control the fourth dimension, but you cannot do it. We as a human being, we cannot control the time. The time is controlling us. So in the fourth dimension, there are 16 mathematical points are involved, and here the time is introduced. Here the space and time are involved, and both are working together. All the universe, we can see everything connected with space and time. But as a human being, we cannot live in the fourth dimension because we cannot control the time. You might have seen a movie called Interstellar, very famous movie called Interstellar, in which they have very detailed talk about the fourth dimension, that is called tesseract. The tesseract is a concept of the fourth dimension, where a person who is living in the fourth dimension is able to move using the time. So the person, if he is living in the fourth dimension, as he is traveling in the space, he is able to also travel in the time. So that is what called the tesseract. So time travel is possible in the backwards and forwards. Time travel is possible in the fourth dimension, but practically we are not living in the fourth dimension. We don't know what's going on the fourth dimension, because we are only able to control the third dimension only. So the confusion has now started from the fourth dimension. Now let us discuss what is the fifth dimension. In the fourth dimension, we have introduced a concept, space and time. So we said that space and time are involved here. In order to talk about a person, the presence about a person, we always remember in our mind the time and space where he is at the moment. Without using this knowledge, we cannot even talk. So right now we just move to the fifth dimension, that involves with 32 mathematical points. As fourth dimension involved with 16 mathematical points, the double of 16, 32 mathematical points are involved in the fifth dimension. If you are able to control the fourth dimension, you are as a tesseract able to move all the time up to the Big Bang. According to the accepted theory of the creation of this single universe, the Big Bang has occurred before 13.8 billion years ago. So if you are living in the fourth dimension, you will be able to time travel up to the beginning of the Big Bang and the end of the Big Bang in the future in the single universe. But in the fifth dimension, which also involves time and space together, you are able to control the parallel universes. So according to the accepted theory, there was a Big Bang which create the space and time, about 18.8 billion years ago. Up to the fourth dimension, we are controlling that particular space and time created by the single Big Bang. But in the fifth dimension, if we are able to control the fifth dimension, there are 32 mathematical points are involved. These 32 mathematical points are connecting the parallel universe all the time and all the spaces, the traveling all the time through the all the time within all the parallel universes are possible in the fifth dimension. Now let us discuss what is the sixth dimension. The sixth dimension is the extended version of the fifth dimension, which involves about 64 mathematical points. Here you are connecting 64 mathematical points of the space and time in all the parallel universes. Up to the fifth dimension, observing and controlling in a single parallel universe is possible. So for example, up to the fourth dimension, you are able to travel through the time and space up to the beginning of the Big Bang and the end of the Big Bang. So in the fifth dimension, there are parallel universes, which the Big Bang, there is no single Big Bang, there are multiple Big Bangs. So it has created multiple or parallel universes in which you are living in one single universe, but you have the perception and you can observe every single other parallel universe also. But you can't control or you can't travel through the time and space among various or different parallel universes. But in sixth dimension, there are 64 mathematical points, so you have the ability of connecting these each and every parallel universes and traveling from one parallel universe to another parallel universe via time and space. This is what called the sixth dimension. Now let us discuss what is the seventh dimension. Up to the sixth dimension, there are parallel universes. Parallel universe mean there are multiple Big Bangs which creates multiple universes parallel to each other. So in sixth dimension, you are able to control the time and space of each and every parallel universes. In the seventh dimension, you are able to control the multiverse itself. The multiverse is the concept that contains all the parallel universe in a single point. After that single point ends, it bursts all the parallel universes again and again. So in the seventh dimension, if you are living in the seventh dimension, you are controlling about 128 mathematical points and representing the multiverse, which contains itself all the parallel universes and first parallel universes when it ends, and again without any end. So if you are able to live in the seventh universe, you are the one who is able to control and travel within a single multiverse that contain all the parallel universes and observe other multiverses. Now let us discuss what is the eighth dimension. If you are able to live in the eighth dimension, there are 256 mathematical points are represented. 256 mathematical points are represented in all the time and space of the multiverses. Here you are able to travel among the multiverses. As we said, the multiverse is what contains all the parallel universe and it bursts again and again. Then there are numerous or limitless multiverses are created in the eighth dimension, which involve with 256 mathematical points. You are able to travel from one multiverse to another multiverse via space and time and control all the things in the multiverses. Now let us discuss what is the ninth dimension. Ninth dimension involve 512 mathematical points. So here you are representing 512 mathematical points, which means you are able to demonstrate and observe entire history of the multiverse. As we said, up to the 8th dimension, you are able to travel and control via time and space among the multiverses. In the 9th dimension, you are still able to observe entire history and entire things, whatever could exist on the multiverse, as well as the outcomes and physical laws of all the multiverse at once. Now let us discuss what is the 10th dimension. The 10th dimension is the multiplication of the 9th dimension, which involves about 1024 mathematical points. Here you are representing 1024 mathematical points. Here you are able to create and destroy all the multiverse. So up to the 9th dimension, you are able to see all the kind of history and physical laws of the multiverse. When it comes on the 10th dimension, you can create the multiverse, you can destroy the multiverse, and you can see all the existent everything infinitely in time and space, in all the infinite existent when it comes on the 10th dimension. So the 10th dimension could be called as the ultimate power, because here you can create the multiverse, you can destroy that multiverse, you can control infinitely all the life, all the existence, all the history of the multiverse. Now let us discuss what is the 11th dimension. In the 11th dimension, whatever we have discussed up to the 10th dimension, that involves 1024 mathematical points, and where you are able to control all the multiverse, all the existence, and all the life. Everything is come under the 11th dimension. So in the 11th dimension, all the things that we have discussed up to 10th dimension comes as a single point. So here everything could be considered as a single point. So this single point is equal to the 0 dimension that we have discussed at first. In the 0 dimension, there is a dot that is not moving. In the 11th dimension also, there is an infinite dot that seems to be not moving. So beyond it, the human mind cannot think or cannot pursue anything. But beyond this, if anybody is there, if anybody is able to see this whole event of the 11th dimension, it could be perceived as an infinite dot that is not moving as the 0 dimension. According to the string theory, there are 26 dimensions possible in this universe. Anyway, according to most of the scientists, we cannot think or we cannot move our mind beyond the 11th dimension. So we hope through this video we have brought you very simple explanation scientifically and with the philosophical point also about 11 dimensions that is possible in this universe. Please join with us more similar interesting videos and like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.